Okay. Good evening, Astronomy 1020 night class. Rather than do a full lecture today, this is going to be a sort of informational section or informational session. Hello, Aiden. About how our night class is going to work until we go back in person on February 14th. The situation that I'm dealing with is I'm teaching multiple sections of astronomy, about 6. And for the class that you're in, which is Astronomy 1020, one of the sections is during the day, one of the sections is at night, and one of the sections is strictly online distance learning, right? Which is kind of a mess. What I want to do is give everyone the option of being able to attend live if possible, but also to watch the videos and have them recorded. And there's no beautiful way to sort of satisfy everyone perfectly. But my plan is, with everyone's permission, I'm going to hold the live session with my day class, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Let me explain a little bit about how the night class works. And someone like Kaylee, who took my astronomy, or Noah, who sat in on my Astronomy 1010 course last semester, they understand how this game works a little bit better here. So typically for a night class, we actually meet before class to do our homework. And you can call that session optional if you want. But when you're staring at a big blank piece of paper and you haven't done shit on Tuesday night, you're going to be really excited about that office hour session because these homeworks can be really confusing. So normally what I do is we do a kind of office hours, which is basically me doing your fucking homework for you, okay? And that usually goes in the conference room near my office from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Then we do a sort of lecture from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And since it's a long night, usually around 7:30, we have a little tea break. Okay, wait, let me just talk about the etiquette. Somebody's having some wacky audio glitches, and I think it's Noah. No, I'm going to mute you just so I don't hear those crazy beeps. Wait, is that you? Who's got the beeps? Maybe it's Alex. Usually what we do is we stay muted until you want to chime in, and then you kind of just say whatever you want. But that keeps the noise of your dog barking and the kids screaming out of the thing, okay? Okay, I can't see, right. So that's a little bit better. Sorry, let me go back to speaker view here. So normally we have a lecture 6 to 9 p.m. This is on Tuesday nights, right? And then we do our lab. We're supposed to go until 10:30, but I try to keep the labs a bit shorter and do 9 to 10 p.m. That's a long night and it's kind of horrible, but so is a 4-credit science class if you're doing it once a week. And to be honest, don't take my word for it. Talk to Noah, talk to Kaylee, who've done this before. As long and horrible as it is, when we're all gathered together, we get through it and we kind of have some fun and we do some cool things. All right. And it's not, it's not like taking riding a water slide, but it's not the least fun. It's not the least fun class you're ever going to have. It's reasonably fun. However, the calculation of this whole thing changes, in my opinion, when we're doing this live, but over Zoom. To do that many hours live on Zoom, I think is going to be really tough for me and for you guys, because you're sitting in your bedrooms and there's like dust bunnies that you're looking at, and you're going to want to get a bowl of cereal or turn off your thing and take a nap. You guys probably won't even fucking show up is what's going to happen. All right. So it's going to be kind of madness. I also don't mind lecturing like this when we're all in person in the same room together, but to teach and do this all day and then to do the same thing again at night, I think is going to be really hard for me and for you guys. And for instance, the class that I taught today, which is half of the lecture that you should be having, and I'm going to give you the link in a second. If you go to Blackboard, I'm sharing my screen right now, and we go to our course. Sorry here, where am I? Let's go to Blackboard. And let's get over to your class, which is Astronomy 1020-102. I posted the lecture part 1 and the lab, which is half of what we should be doing tonight. And it's a link to a YouTube video. I'll give you guys a heads up. This was not my smoothest performance today because there were a few moments where I couldn't figure out how to do things. It had been a little while since I was back in the saddle here. So the real class starts about maybe 6 minutes in after I'm done doinking around, and I apologize. That's roughly where things get going, right around 4 minutes or so. So I'll let you guys start there. And what I can do is I'm going to put this in the chat, copy URL. This will save you just a few minutes tonight. Where's the damn chat here? Chat, okay. Control V. Rather than do all of that live on Tuesday nights, you are either welcome to join live for that day lecture, or if you cannot, because probably a lot of you either have classes or work during the day, you will, and that's what Carissa is saying, you will watch that segment of video, you'll watch 1.5 hours of lecture rather than 3, you'll do the lab and you'll submit it. I'll explain how to do everything as we go. You basically just copy me, turn it in, 10 points for you. You'll have to wait until you'll have to wait until Thursday to get the second part. If you're too impatient and you want to do everything on Tuesday the way you are supposed to, you can simply use the second part lecture that will be here in the announcements. Below this are lectures from last semester. Actually, they're from my winter session, but they should be good. So this is the lecture here that I did again today. And this is the lecture that we'll be doing on Thursday. So you could jump ahead by using last semester's lecture. Now, I'm around, just like I'm having a session with you now. You can call me up on my cell phone if you have specific questions. We can even do a little Zoom. But I want to avoid repeating myself in a 6-hour session on Zoom. And one of the main reasons, which I think this makes sense, is just look at the file size, right? For the class that I did today, where are you bastard? If we go to my Zoom class, here's the class that I did today. Oh, wait, no, that's the class I'm doing now, sorry. This is the class, which is half the length of our night class, is 2.5 gigabytes, right? So if I record this whole night in one big session, that's going to be a really big, unwieldy file for us. The question I want to ask you guys now, and we can talk a little bit more about the format of the class, now we're only going to be doing this for a couple of weeks until February 14th. Do you guys think that this can be acceptable and you can work with this format? Or is anyone going to have a conniption here? What do we think? Talk to me. Noah gives a thumbs up. Kaylee gives a thumbs up.
Sounds pretty good.
Okay, cool. And like I said, there's a part of me that doesn't want to cheese out on you, but it's also going to be so much better this way because all of the 1020 classes will be working from the same lectures. We'll all be doing the same homework assignment. There'll be consistency and way less chaos, and that will be better for all of us. And I am just a phone call away. I'm going to show you my, on the syllabus, I put my cell phone number. You can email me, whatever. Kaylee and Noah have both been through this with me. And you guys will soon go through the full thing where we're doing it live come February. But for a couple of weeks, I think this makes way more sense. And it actually might be nice for you because what'll happen is rather than watching a 6-hour video, you get a little nugget where you do like 3 hours. You do one of the assignments, the lab. Then Thursday, you'll get the next link, another segment. And all you have to do is basically you're just copying me and turning it in. I do all the freaking work for you. You don't even have to do anything outside the class. You're going to love it. All right. And then I just need you guys to get that done by say Sunday night. So Sunday at noon. I grade all of my papers. Sunday night is a very unhappy night for me. That's when I have to grade all your damn papers. I like to do all that on Sunday night. So as long as you can get it to me, the lab and the homework by Sunday at noon, we should all be good. Does that make sense? All right. If for some reason you really need to, if you want to talk to me one-on-one at night, just hit me up and we'll have a chat. If you're having your, individual questions or issues. So just really quick, let me orient you to the class while we're all hanging and talking here. Presumably you know how to log into Blackboard. Probably the first thing that you want to do is I will be posting all of the lectures as we go here in this section. Even though I give them around 11:30 to 2 during the day, it takes about an hour or two to process and render the video and upload it to YouTube. So you'll see the links show up around 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Like I said, if you're impatient, I have perfectly good versions of this lecture, the whole class more or less, below from the winter session, right? So you can even kind of jump ahead if you really want to. I think probably the doses that I'm going to give you are manageable chunks that will be good for your brain. Go to the syllabus and schedule. And important thing that you're going to do here is you're going to download the syllabus and the schedule. And I want to show you what those look like because they're kind of important. I want all of my students to be using the same schedule and the same syllabus this semester. So it's just kind of one ring to rule them all. Where am I here? Syllabus. Okay. So this is the syllabus, and why this is important is it shows you the live times. This is my email. This is my stupid cell phone number. Send me a text. Call me up at 2 in the morning. I don't care. I field questions from people all day and night. It doesn't matter. I'm pretty chill about that. Okay. In addition, there's, the books. All you really need for this class is the Casio FX260 solar calculator. I sent you a link. I'm going to talk about it in the video that you're about to watch with me because you're about to watch a video. Okay. This is my Casio FX260 solar. Everyone needs to get their own. Okay. When we're back in person, I have a box that I can let you borrow, but until then, it's $8 and it's going to save your life. That's the only thing I really need you to get is this Casio, okay? The schedule shows what's going on day to day, and this is our schedule. Today, I did half of the numbers in space lecture, which was kind of like an introduction to astronomy, and we learned about scientific notation and stuff. And then we did lab 1 on measurements and powers of 10. You're going to copy along with me and you're going to submit. I'll explain it all in the video. On Thursday, I will do the second half of this, and then I will do all of your homework with you so that you can just copy and know how to do it right. And then you can submit it then. And we'll keep doing this until February 14th, at which point we'll be back to business. We'll all meet together live. All right. Questions? What do you think? Complaints? What do you have to say? Kaylee.
So how do you go over how to submit things on the video? Because I've never done that way.
Exactly. I've tried to think of everything, Kaylee. And what you're going to notice is in the video, I kind of stop. Well, I'd say early, but I kind of end at the end of lab today. I show you guys how to get the files and how to submit. So just so that you can trust me here, here's the lecture that you're about to watch. You're about to watch this thing. And if we scroll to the very end, you'll see me giving a little tutorial on take a picture. Here we are here. That you have here, these things. Shit, Blackboard's doing this thing again. Yeah, there's a little bit of extra, there's a little bit of extra ahs and ums. I'm gonna work on getting that a bit smoother, guys. But today was the first time back, and after a year, they had changed some things in Zoom, so I was a little awkward. But yes, Haley, you can see me clicking on the class, and I'm showing people how to go to lab. The labs have like a PDF usually with them that you might want. But click on that. But do you understand progress? I bet we probably have. And then I even show people what it looks like in mine, and we kind of test. So Kaylee, I think I did a pretty good job of that. Students who have watched this video before were like, oh, this was cool. I felt like I was in the class, and it was helpful because you talking to the other students answered most of my questions. I think this is going to work. I think you're going to be happy with it. You might have to kind of trust me a little bit. So is that good, Kaylee? And by the way, if something gets weird, when you're about to submit it, you call me up on my cell phone and we'll talk through it together, okay? Most of you are not going to have that many questions. You're going to watch the video. You're going to copy stuff down. When it comes to the lab, you're going to submit it and you're going to be like, cool, all right? It's probably going to be pretty easy. That's what I want anyways. I want this to be straightforward, easy, and fun. Does anyone, so Caitlin, who you guys can see, Caitlin joined the live lecture today, and that made me very happy because I want you guys to be able to have the option. I know probably a lot of you are working during the day, right, Carissa? You got a job during the day? That's why a lot of you sign up for night class. Kaylee too. But can you put up with this for 2 weeks or so until February 14th? And then we'll be in person. Okay. What do the rest of you guys think? Alex, Aiden, Dennis, I don't know you guys too well, so talk to me. You can flow with this? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste too much more of your time because you still have like 2.5 hours of video to watch, right? So we best get to that. Call me if you get in a jam, but does any, there's some trolls in the background here too, like Vienneman, I hope I said that right, Matt and Catherine. You guys want to be trolls? Cool. That's an even more reason to show you the damn video. Okay, so does anyone want to ask me any questions? Or was I confusing? The video, I'm also going to painstakingly explain how the class works and stuff. So you're just getting a little taste of it so far.
For our homework, sorry, you can go first.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Wait, can you help me with your name so I try at least to say it right? Vieman?
Veman?
Oh, that wasn't Veman talking. Sorry. Who was talking?
It was me. It
Oh,
was
sorry,
Caitlin.
Caitlin. Sorry,
That's
Veman.
fine.
I got confused. I'm dumb. All right, go for it.
For homework, are we typing it up or are we handwriting it?
All right, this is a huge thing. As you're about to hear me explain in the video at some point, I'd probably prefer you guys to just handwrite it. The simplest way to do it is handwrite it, take a photo, and then submit that photo to Blackboard. So usually what's good is, and I can show you guys an example here from today's class. Let's go to Astronomy 1020 101. Wait, are you guys seeing my screen? I don't think so.
No.
Share screen. Boom. Okay. So what's really great is when people, let me go to my needs grading section. Blackboard sucks. You all know that. All right. Come. Oh, fuck. This thing keeps freaking out on me here. Don't move. All right. There we go. So what you can see is other people who submitted the lab that we worked on today. It's just going to be one page. Most people kind of just write it out by hand and then they take a photo and then they submit it. Now, look, I know there's people out there that freaking love to type things up. If we're going to be doing some math in this class, because it's a science class, it's like astrophysics. It's not like basket weaving, right? Some math is going to be involved. I'll teach you how to do the math. You don't have to know anything. If you're going to be doing math, I don't want to see shit like this. 2 times 10 caret 5. I can't, I'm just going to go crazy. It's not going to work. You got to use an equation editor. If you don't know what an equation editor is, you should not be typing. You've not earned the right to type, okay? What an equation editor is you go in, you choose insert equation, and then, like let's go down to a new line here. And the way things should be looking is you insert equation, and then you type like 1 AU equals 150, and then you got to use all the special symbols that I use. Where's your times key, and then 10 to the power of 6 kilometers. This is what things should look like if you're typing them. If you're badass enough to do all that, well then, okay, you can type. But if you're giving me crap like this, why don't you just write it out by hand and take a photo? It's just going to be faster that way. Use pencil, try to keep your handwriting neat, okay? Does that answer your question, Caitlin?
Yeah, that answers it. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, and I'll probably say that again in today's video, sorry. Anyone else? Did someone else have a comment or a thing they want to say to me? All right. You know what to do.
I'm gonna switch my audio over to my computer so I can see everything that you're doing.
Yeah. Well, you're about to watch that video. Did everyone see the link in the chat log there? Yeah. Every day I post these things. If you didn't see that link, I post it around 4 to 5 p.m. in the announcement section. And this is the video I made just a couple of hours ago. So I'd love it if you can watch this, you'll do the lab and submit it. If you really want to go ahead and this is your only night to work on stuff, you can go ahead and do the second part of the lecture in homework 1. But you might want to just wait until Thursday and then do the other half then. I think that'll be a manageable chunk each night. Sound like a plan? Okay. I really appreciate you guys working with me on this. Don't hesitate, call me, text me, email me. I'm here for you. If not, we'll be keeping in touch, and then we'll be back in person after February 14th if everything goes well, okay? All right, over and out. Get working on that video tonight so that you're not behind. All right, bye.